let us go ahead and spin the wheel and see what the final deck of the day will be. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, guys, prepared something special today. So this is Tron. If you've been playing Modern ever, you should probably know what this deck does. Assemble Tron mana, 1+1+1 equals 7. You get 7 mana by turn 3, using a variety of Tron lands, and then either mapping for them, or Sylvan Scrying for them, or Ancient Stirrings for them, or just having them naturally, or just drawing into them. And then there's some other lands in here, but you know, whatever. And then you win with Karn, One Ring, Oblivion Stone, All Is Dust, Big Old School Karn, Ugin, Cityscape Leveler. Pro tip, Phyrexian Fleshgorger is better than Wormcoil Engine because there's too much exile-based removal. And also there's an Ulamog in here. And then I've taken the liberty of swapping out the Relic of Progenitus for Inscribed Tablet so we can just get the Tron mana more consistently. Sideboard, 2 copies of Veil of Summer, and then a bunch of Karn board stuff, including 3 Haywire Mites, Relic, Liquid Metal Coating, Filigree Silex, Stone Brandon, Snaring Bridge, One Ring, Sundering Titan, Chalice of the Void, Walking Ballista. And Gigantha is legal because it is. So, let's go ahead and jump into a league with Tron. Alright, it is round 1, and we are on the play with Tron. Reveal Gigantha. We have a power plant, a mine, and 2 spheres / stars. I think we can keep this, possibly. Although there is no immediate way to assemble Tron, we may draw into it. Is this mono green? It is. I don't know if it is correct to keep this hand without access to Sylvan Scrying or Expedition Map, but I will keep it regardless. Keep. Play a power plant, and play a star, and pass the turn. Opponent plays Misty Rainforest, cracks it, and gets Stomping Ground. Delighted Halfling. Very well then. We drew Phyrexian Fleshgorger. Let us crack this green, crack the star for green, and see what we get. We've drawn an Inscribed Tablet. Let us go ahead and play Urza's Mine, and play this Inscribed Tablet. We will then use the Inscribed Tablet on our opponent's turn. My chat informed me that I must be aware that my opponent is ramping with this Delighted Halfling, and that they may outrace me. It appears that Teferi mana is in effect. Indeed, Teferi mana was successful. They are plussing Teferi. Alright, we will now crack the Inscribed Tablet and attempt to find a tower. We have completely bricked on finding a land, and have hit a full house. Oh no, I'm sorry, that is a Chromatic Star and not an Oblivion Stone. It is in fact 2 pair. So we will now draw a random card off of this Inscribed Tablet. We drew a Blast Zone. Alright then, we have drawn another Inscribed Tablet. I will now use this Inscribed Tablet and attempt to find Tron. Cast the Inscribed Tablet. Then activate the Inscribed Tablet. There is not a Tron land. At least, not the one we're looking for. This leads me to believe that I would rather have a Sanctum of Ugin. I will in fact take the Sanctum of Ugin. Although our opponent is a most likely Ren and 6 deck that could be playing Boseiju, I don't think we can really afford to play around that. They can also just hit the power plant. So, let us play the Sanctum of Ugin, and then play a Chromatic Sphere. This does allow our opponent to Teferi bounce the Chromatic Sphere, but what are you going to do? Opponent has indeed bounced our Chromatic Sphere back to our hand. They have now fetched a Temple Garden, and have 4 mana for which they may play either the Ring or Omnath. Let's see which one they play. Based on the colors, it would appear to be Omnath. And indeed, it is an Omnath. We have still failed to get Tron. However, we can use this sphere to cast Ancient Stirrings and see if we indeed find it. Let us go ahead and cast the sphere. Then let us go ahead and crack the sphere for green. We have found an Expedition Map. Given that we have found an Expedition Map, I will play a land and then play an Expedition Map. Play a land, and play Expedition Map. We will then map for the final Tron piece. We are playing Tron, and yet our opponent will now, with a fetch land, have access to 10 mana. Excuse me, 9. 9 mana. Can't Teferi just bounce the map? Teferi is only now getting to 3 counters again. It would appear that we are being attacked for 5. We will accept this damage as we have no way to block, and no removal. We go to 15. Our opponent then plays a Ren and 6, which allows them to get a fetch land back, and then trigger Omnath. This will net them a total of 6 mana this turn. Our opponent is not doing that, and is just passing. So we will now crack the map, and go get tower. It is now back to us. So we have just drawn an Oblivion Stone. Because we are a very skilled Magic player, we can now play this Oblivion Stone and blow up our opponent's entire field. Let us go ahead and do that. Cast. We also have the mana to cast Ancient Stirrings. Let us do that as well. Cast Ancient Stirrings. We have found the One Ring, Karn the Great Creator, and All is Dust. Let us go ahead and grab the All is Dust. That will give us 2 sweepers in case our opponents rebuild next turn. Get the All is Dust. And then we can simply cast All is Dust and destroy everything on our opponent's side of the board. Cast All is Dust, triggering Sanctum of Ugin. I guess I will float a mana. Then use the Sanctum of Ugin's abilities and go grab Ulamog. Again, because we are a very skilled player. Our opponent loses their entire board, and now we have an Ulamog. Our opponent fetches on end step and grabs a Steam Vents tapped. Because we are a very skilled player, we have happened to draw the exact land that we needed in order to cast Ulamog. So let's go ahead and do just that. 10 mana and cast Ulamog. With the Ulamog trigger, we will now exile 2 of our opponent's lands. But which ones should we pick? Probably this white land and then this other green land. Our opponent now loses 2 of their lands permanently, because for some reason, Wizards insist that these giant destroy any permanent spells can target lands. And if our opponent somehow finds an answer to this Ulamog, we then have all of this stuff in our hand. They are flashing in a Solitude and gaining us 10 life. This is a perfectly acceptable trade to us. They are now playing a Teferi. Our opponent has drawn a card with Teferi and is now attacking us with Solitude, putting them to 17 and us to 22. We will now demonstrate the folly of our opponent by getting rid of the rest of their stuff. How much mana do we have? 6, 9, 10, 11. We can actually play Phyrexian Fleshgorger and the One Ring in the same turn. Let's go ahead and do just that. Cast the One Ring. Then draw a card with the ring. And then we can play a Blast Zone and play Phyrexian Fleshgorger. Pass the turn to the opponent. Opponent plays Renin 6, plus his Teferi Time Raveler, and then appears to be going back to us. We get a ring trigger and go down to 21, in no danger of dying whatsoever. What is the best course of action now? We can just play Cityscape Leveler, killing this Solitude, and then attack Renin 6. That would seem to be the best course of action. Let us go ahead and draw with the One Ring to see what we get first. Since this map is effectively free because we can get another tower with it, let us go ahead and do that. Cast the map, then activate the map, get another tower, play the tower, cast Cityscape Leveler, casting Cityscape Leveler and blowing up Solitude. And now Phyrexian Fleshgorger attacks Renin 6. Renin 6 dies and we go to 28. Then let's go ahead and play Oblivion Stone so that any remaining hope our opponent had is completely destroyed. Pass back to you. At this point, it is a wonder that our opponent is continuing to play this game rather than concede, but some people are just stubborn. Is there a reason I am not running Warping Wail on the list? That is because the card Warping Wail sucks. Our opponent pays a bunch of mana for the One Ring. Very well then, opponent, you now have a ring. They draw a card with the ring. They then pay a single extra mana to play Delighted Halfling, and they play another land. What about as protection against like Ragavan? Don't need it. Just Tron them out. Tron them out. Alright, let's draw some more cards with the ring. Let's play another tower. We now have 10, 11, 13, 15, 17 mana. We can actually play back-to-back Karn Liberated if we want to, or we can just play yet another Cityscape Leveler. Let us go ahead and go to attacks, swing both of these at Teferi, trigger the Leveler and blow up Halfling, then hit Teferi, taking Teferi off the board and gaining us another 7 life. Then let's cast Karn Liberated, because again, we are a very skilled Magic player. Karn Liberated eats the ring. And then let's go ahead and just cycle a bunch of spheres. Sack the sphere for green. Sack this sphere for green as well. Play a star. Sack this star for green. Play a Sylvan Scrying. Let us go get Urza's Mine in case they have Boseiju. Then let's play an Expedition map. And then pass to the opponent. Our opponent fetches. And once again, I am reminded of the question, why are they still playing this game? So to reiterate, we have a Phyrexian Fleshgorger, Cityscape Leveler, O-Stone, Ring with 3 counters on it, are at 33 life, have a Karn Liberated, Expedition map, and more mana than we know what to do with, and 5 cards in our hand. And our opponent has nothing except a Renin 6 they just played. Opponent evokes a Fury, exiling Omnath from their hand, just to kill Karn. Well, indeed, Karn does die. They play a land. Well, they're at 15, and this is 15 damage on the board right here. Alright, let's go ahead and put a Fate counter onto Phyrexian Fleshgorger, just because we can. Anyways, back to our turn. The ring takes us to 30. How will we ever survive? Let us go ahead and attack our opponent. Opponent evokes a Solitude, and with the evoked Solitude, they exile Cityscape Leveler. Very well, opponent, that is successful. I guess we'll just have to attack you for 7. They go to 8, and we go to 45. Oh, it appears they also have a Leyline Binding. They will have to pay 7 life in order to pay for that. Ward trigger. They go to 8. Very well then. Main phase 2. Play another tower. Play another cityscape leveler. Blow up the leyline binding. We now have 15 power in play. Let's play another Karn Liberated. Again, just another reminder, we are clearly a very skilled Magic player. Let us go ahead and exile Renin 6. Hey, we haven't drawn with the ring this turn, let's go ahead and do that. Let's play Karn the Great Creator. I'm not even going to take it down for anything, I'm just going to blow up one of these power stones. Pass turn to the opponent. Ring trigger, we go to 34. Alright, play an Urza's Mine. They're at 8, let's Karn plus on the ring, or I don't know, does it matter at this point? The ring. Combat. Attack with everything. Do I have to point this at anything? No. Alright, our opponent finally dies. Going on to game 2. We are playing against elementals. I do not want Veil of Summer. I do, however, want Haywire Mites for their leyline bindings. And probably Relic of Progenitus to stop Renin 6. Although I can Karn for that. But it's probably fine to just put Renin 6 in the main. Or Relic in the main. And then what else? Although they do have to pay life for Flesh Gorger, that's not really a problem, so we can probably take this out. They're a super slow deck. Sundering Titan in, and that's good. What are we cutting? Dust is good, O-Stone's good, Leveler Ugin, Ulamog. I guess I'll leave this in the sideboard, and Karn Liberated? Alright, let's play that. Game 2 on the draw. Reveal Gigantha. We have only a single Tron land and no second land, so let us mulligan. We have only a single Tron land and no second land, so let us mulligan. I guess let me think about this. I go turn 1, Urza's Mine, one of the spheres. Then I go crack for green, Ancient Stirrings, go find another land, and then I can Sylvan Scrying the next turn. It might actually be better to keep this than going down any further. So I can probably keep this and bin Haywire Mite. So let's keep this and bin Haywire Mite. Opponent plays Misty Rainforest and cracks. Thoughts on Grafdigger's Cage as a solution to graveyard interaction. Grafdigger's Cage has too many things it doesn't affect. It's only better than other graveyard hate if you're in a format where the other part of it is relevant, the anti-Coco Court of Calling part. And there's graveyard decks that it doesn't affect, like Living End. Basically, the only time to play Grafdigger's Cage is, again, when the Court of Calling Coco part of it is more relevant. So they're going to bounce our Sphere. So that sets us back a turn. All right, well, we're just going to play the Sphere again. Teferi plus. Well, this is perfectly fine if they don't have exactly turn 2 Teferi, but they had exactly turn 2 Teferi. So be it. Omnath, yep. Well, there's map, so let's get green. Drew another mine. So what's the best move here? It's Ancient Stirrings, find one of the other Tron lands, and then play map. Ancient Stirrings. All right, there's Power Plant. So play Power Plant, and then play Chromatic Star, so I can get Sylvan Scrying next turn. Pass to the opponent. Basically, the only way that I would run Grafdigger's Cage in Modern right now is if I expected Yawgmoth and Heliod to be everywhere. Beseiju, sure, grab a forest. Opponent plays Renin 6. All right, so we do have to assemble Tron in some amount of time. Oh, no, so now we're Beseiju locked. All right, so they get to Beseiju every turn. So I guess my answer to this is just run out a bunch of more things and then make sure that I keep hitting land drops every turn so that I can play O-Stone. So yeah, Sylvan Scrying for tower, then play mine, or play tower. One, it doesn't really matter. Then play map and pass. We have enough forests for this to work out. Teferi pluses. Then we get attack for 5 again, down to 11. Then they Beseiju our land. We go get a forest. So the problem is we play O-Stone and then Teferi can just bounce it. So what am I doing this turn? I'm going O-Stone, just pass. Yeah, O-Stone. They have veto. So then they go Renin 6, Beseiju another land. I'm down to my last one. And then they can just strip mine us after that. All right, game's over. Sideboard, same thing, run it back. On the play for game 3. Reveal Gigantha. Tron, map, good. Power Plant, map, pass turn. Windswept Heath, passes. All right, tower, go. Opponent fetches. Rogran Triome, Flooded Strand, fetch. Breeding Pool, there's the Renin 6 mana. There's Renin 6. All right, they just didn't activate Renin 6 for some reason. All right, go get mine. All right, so mine and then what? Sphere, crack for green, Ancient Stirrings, one ring on top, Ulamog on top. We have no guarantee of being able to untap with Tron, so let's just one ring now and get that in play and start drawing cards. So one ring, then play one ring, then draw a card, and play Haywire Mite and pass. That means they can kill Haywire Mite with Renin 6, but that means they're not plussing Renin 6 to get lands, which is fine by me. Plains, blue, Teferi, bounce Ring to our hand. Renin 6 kills Haywire Might. All right, Tower. O-Stone pop leaves us with 3 mana. So let's just go Ugin -3. This does mean they can evoke a Fury to kill it, but then they have to spend 2 cards just to get rid of it. That's also the only way they get it off the board, pretty much. I guess Leyline Binding can also get it off the board. Fetches Sacred Foundry, gets Omnath mana. Yeah. Once again, if you're just tuning in, this is a stream demonstrating my incredible level of play skill. All right, let's ring draw cards to see what happens. Ring, draw, Ancient Stirrings. All right, so Forest Stirrings. There's Sundering Titan. So yeah, Sundering Titan. So I guess I'm just bolting them. Do I just run out this O-Stone right now? I guess I do. All right, pass. How does he do it? I know, right? Red, green, Renin 6. Picks up a fetch land. Fetch land, trigger Omnath. Then Omnath attacks Ugin, goes to 2. And then they can fetch again to get a Fury, or... yeah, I guess that's probably what you'd do, right? And then I just blow the field up with Oblivion Stone, and then cast Sundering Titan. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. Boseiju our land. All right, go get the last forest in the deck. So now we have 5 mana. They still have 3 left over. So they can Teferi bounce O-Stone to hand, and then we can't play and activate it. Or they can Leyline Binding it. Opponent thinking long and hard about what to do here. Plays their own ring. All right, so take our turn. Go to 21 from the ring. Drew the power plant. All skill. All skill, baby. So that's 10, 12. This is 5 mana. And then so it's 13 to play Sundering Titan. Okay, so draw with the ring. So I have to get Renin 6 off the field so they can't just keep Boseiju, getting Boseiju back over and over. So what is the best thing to do? I can minus Ugin for 2 to get rid of Renin 6, and then I can Sundering Titan the field. That seems pretty good. Minus X 2, get rid of Renin 6, and then play Sundering Titan. So resolve the ability, and then we'll choose all of these lands. This one, this one, this one, this one. Then let's map for another power plant. All right, play map and pass. This does leave them with an Omnath, but, I mean, how helpful is that going to be? Opponent rings. All right, Omnath trigger, sure. Fetch, Steam Vents. So that's 5 to 6 mana available. If they play Renin 6 and get Boseiju back, they can't actually use it this turn. Our opponent is being really stubborn this match. All right, so there's Renin 6. They pick Boseiju up. They Prismatic our O-Stone. Sure. All right, let's map for the power plant so they can't keep us off Tron. Then take our turn. Ring, we go to 19. Let's ring some more. All right, Cityscape, blow up Omnath, attack Renin 6. Or just all is dust them, get rid of these, attack them for 7. How much mana do I have total here? Ancient Stirrings. Karn the Great Creator. Play all is dust. Play Karn. Opponent draws with the ring. Karn minus. Go grab Liquimetal Coating. Play Liquimetal Coating. All right, we've won the match. That was game 1. On to round number 2. So I just want to highlight some of the intricate and detailed skill that you might not have noticed in that match. So see, what happened was when our opponent Boseijud us off of Tron mana, we drew the Tron piece that they Boseijud and got it back. So it's pretty subtle. I know a lot of you might have missed it. And so, you know, when you're playing Tron yourself, make sure to keep that kind of thing in mind, right? Because it's the difference between winning and losing, and those decisions can really make or break the match. I'm in awe of the raw skill on display. I mean, I'm not going to say that I was chosen by God, but, you know, other people have said something similar. All right, round 2 on the play. Reveal Gigantha. Why is the window huge now? Oh, we got 2 Tron pieces and Sylvan Scrying. Looks good to me. Keep. Play Urza's Mine. Go. Overgrown Tomb. Cauldron Familiar. All right, so we're playing cat combo. As you'll see here, we just drew the natural Tron. So, you know, there's that. Pass back. We are 1 mana short of Cityscape Leveler next turn, though. Jesus Christ, if this is the league where we go 5-0 after all the other decks. Oh, they've got Boseiju. Okay, well, get the Forest. And then we'll just go ahead and play the Urza's Tower. And we'll Sylvan Scrying. And we'll go get the power plant. And then pass it back to you, opponent. So they've made it to their 3rd land. They have 3 mana. We have 8. Verdant Catacombs. Fetch Temple Garden. Plays Sam. Plays Witch's Oven. Okay, so I can Ugin minus, then they sack the cat. So what is the best move here? So Tron mana online. It's probably Cityscape kill Sam and then attack next turn, blow up the oven. Alternatively, I can just Ugin minus and then Cityscape blow up, but I get an attack with the Cityscape. So let's just play Cityscape. So Cityscape, blow up Sam. Then they do the whole cat thing, come back, get a food, blow up Sam, and then back to them. All right, well, here's more Tron. So let's go to combat. Swing, trigger Cityscape Leveler, target the oven, sack the cat. Why didn't they? Oh yeah, okay, so they couldn't block. So go to damage, they take 8, they go to 9. So now let's Ancient Stirrings. Karn Liberated can eat their lands, so that seems pretty good. So let's Karn Liberated, and then let's play Karn, and let's get them off of this white mana for Sam. Minus exile this. All right, Cauldron Familiar comes back. Courting for 1 to go grab the Viscera Seer. Well, they're putting up a fight, and then I guess let's just play map and go map for Blast Zone. All right, pass the turn. So they have to have white mana plus Sam or another green land plus Chord of Calling. All right, we won. So cat combo, what do I want? Relic of Progenitus to prevent them from actually comboing off. What else? Ballista can shoot Sam or Viscera Seer with the abilities on the stack. Sundering Titan also seems pretty good to just blow all their lands up, although it might be too slow. Definitely don't want Flesh Gorger. I can Karn for the Stone Brain to Stone Brain them out of it. So it's basically like, I want something that I can Karn for that stops their combo dead. So I guess I want Stone Brain in the main, Relic in the side, because that gives me 7 mana, Karn, Relic, hold mana open. They can also do all their stuff at instant speed with Chord of Calling and whatnot, so, All right, this is probably fine. Submit this. Only 1 Tron land, not a good keep, so let's mull this hand. 2 Tron lands and Sylvan Scrying. Keep it. Keep it, put back Sanctum of Ugin. Opponent fetches, gets Overgrown Tomb, plays Gilded Goose. All right, Power Plant, Sphere, go. Opponent has the cat, plays Dryad Arbor. All right, well, we just drew Nat Tron, so, I mean, once again, skill through the ceiling here. I'm just not going to use the Sylvan Scrying in case they blow up part of our Tron, so let's just pass. Plays a land, fetches Temple Garden, plays Sam, and then they have Chord to get the last piece. Yep. All right, you got us. On to game 3. Same exact thing. On the play, only 1 land, really slow. We would have to go Power Plant, Tablet, get another land. No guarantee that it's even another Tron piece that we need. We can do better than this. Mulligan. All right, we've got all the pieces and ways to find them. So keep this, put back Tablet or Sylvan Scrying. We don't even have a way of casting Sylvan Scrying. I guess if they Besage us, we want that more than the Tablet. So yeah, put the Tablet back, and then we'll go Mine, Map, pass the turn. Overgrown Tomb, play Cauldron Familiar, do another Mine. All right, Tower, go. Fetches the Foothills, Temple Garden, plays Sam. Then they're going to attack us. We go to 18, then Map for the Power Plant, and then Power Plant, cast All Is Dust. All right, pass it back. They fetch, playing Chatterfang. If 1 or more tokens would be created, make a squirrel for each one. Black sack squirrels, target creature gets +X -X. Well, we're not doing anything, so let's just play Beseiju and Sylvan Scrying for something we can use. So Blast Zone, I guess. And then, put Gigantha in my hand, of course. Does Walking Ballista cancel out the Gigantha? I guess it does, because we don't have a Gigantha this game. All right, well, pass it back. A new Cauldron Familiar. And then they attack us for 3. All right, so we just have to draw anything. That is anything. Tap this, play the ring, trigger, draw with the ring. There's O-Stone, but I can't activate it immediately, so I don't want to expose it to removal. So let's just play Urza's Mine and... Oh, I should have played Blast Zone. All right, whatever. Pass the turn. Opponent fetches, gets Gingerbread Cabin and a squirrel. Very well. Plays a land, and they're attacking for some reason. So they don't have Chord of Calling. 3 mana for Peregrine Took. If 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, you get them plus an additional food. Sack 3 foods, draw a card. Ring trigger, go to 13. Draw more with the ring. All right, let's Ancient Stirrings. We found Karn the Great Creator. So I just want to play O-Stone and then just blow everything up. Yeah, O-Stone and then blow everything up. So that's this, and then 3 here, and then 5 here. So we have 2, 4, 7, 9. That's 8. We have 1 left. And then, so I don't need Blast Zone up. So I'll keep a map up. So O-Stone, then just pop this. They're bringing the Cauldron Familiar in their graveyard back into play. Okay. Oh, because they're just going to lose the food anyway, so they may as well. All right, everything dies, and then we go mine, map, go. They fetch. Dryad Arbor. Can I Karn for Sundering Titan next turn? 6, 9, 11, 12, 13. So I can. All right, we've won. On to round number 3. Round number 3, playing Tron. Reveal Gigantha, and we are on the draw. Tron land, map, scribed. We don't have another Tron land, and if we do find the other Tron lands, then it's very slow. So let's mull this. Still only one Tron land, although we do have stirrings and whatnot to find more. This might be keepable. We have a lot of hits with stirrings, and we have multiple spheres. I think I can keep this. So keep this and then put back O-Stone question mark. All right, done. Opponent plays a basic forest and plays Delighted Halfling. Oh, well, we drew our second Tron land. So, Power Plant, Star, and go. Opponent gets Misty, Overgrown Tomb. All right, I thought it was Yawg, and it looks like it is. Wall of Roots, Delighted Halfling. I would have really liked O-Stone in my hand, but I didn't know what deck I was playing against. All right, so crack this for green. We've drawn Blast Zone. Cast Ancient Stirrings. There's the mine. Let us play the mine and play a sphere and pass the turn. Opponent flashes in Bowmasters, which will make this sphere slightly worse. We are at 19. They play another basic forest, and then we're either getting Yawg or Grist here. Looks like Yawg. All right, it is in fact Yawg, but they don't actually have that much pressure, so we just need them to not combo off. It seems there is not a Pithing Needle effect in this deck's sideboard. That is definitely a mistake. There should be one, so just cut one of the mites for Needle. Chord of Calling X equals 2. Strangleroot Geist. Well, they're out of cards, although, again, they have Yawgmoth, so they're going to draw a bunch. All right, we take 3 from the Geist and go to 16. All right, Tower, cycle for green. Then the Orcish Bowmasters goes off. Okay, so Karn the Great Creator. Really wish I had a Pithing Needle in the board. So what can I Karn for right now? Play Karn, 3 mana left over. Go get Relic of Progenitus. That's not too helpful. Stonebrain. So I have 7. So I can't activate the Stonebrain immediately. So actually nothing that stops this? Yeah, there should 100% be a Pithing Needle in the sideboard. So what is the alternative? I go Karn. Even if I Chalice, I can't stop Chord of Calling. So it could just be Relic. I guess Relic's the only thing that stops all of the back and forth shenanigans. So if I tap this for Karn, I can play Relic with 1 mana floating. Alternative is I just cast Stirrings, but then what am I doing for 6 mana? I don't have enough for Allah's Dust. I have enough for the Ring, I guess, but they can still combo off through that. It's probably better to just Stirrings. All right, Stirrings, we got O-Stone. So let's take that. We can't actually activate it yet. So now we will just play a Star. I could still Karn and grab Relic, but then I can't hold the mana activation up for it. So I just play Star. If I draw the Ring, I'll play that. So let's just activate this for green. Yeah, they get another thing. All right, well, we fizzled out on there. So I'm just going to pass without doing anything then. I guess Karn can play something that costs 1. Yeah, there should really be a Pithing Needle in the sideboard. All right, whatever. This fizzles. They go ahead. So all they need to find is Zulaport, Cutthroat, or Chord for Zulaport, and they can win the game. And this is 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 11. They can also proliferate both of these guys. So it's 13 damage. I guess they don't have the double black. But then even if I O-Stone, so I have to do it in combat so that they can't just reset Geist. All right, so they don't have the proliferate mana. So we go to 3. Eldritch Evolution. So now they're just going to find Zulaport, and then we lose the game. Blood Artist, same deal. Yeah, all right, you got it. All right, sideboarding. Relic main, question mark? They're running Blood Artist, so we can actually veil that. But then they just do it in upkeep anyway, so it doesn't matter. Flesh Gorger doesn't matter here. They just combo off and win. Stonebrain, good main deck. Stonebrain, name Yawgmoth, win game. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Submit. I don't know why there's triple Haywire Might in this deck. One of these should be a Pithing Needle. Walking Ballista? Nah, it doesn't do enough. The only way for that to work is you have to exactly turn 3 Tron, have Walking Ballista in hand, plus they have like a multiple Ignoble Hierarchs or something in play. Most of their creatures don't even get hit by Ballista. So yeah, literally if this deck wasn't misbuilt, we win that game because we just Karn for Pithing Needle, name Yawgmoth, and then we have O-Stone next turn, just blast the field. I guess we don't necessarily win because they can draw a whole bunch and rebuild, but we don't lose the game for not having a needle. All right, on the play. Reveal Gigantha. All right, we have Natron, keep. Power Plant, Star, go. Opponent plays Young Wolf. Mine, go. I guess I want to crack this now before Orcish Bowmasters comes down. Does that matter? Yeah, sure. Crack this for green. Play Sphere. Crack Sphere for green. Play Map. And go. We drew the Stone Brain, so next turn I'm 100% just Stone Braining Yawgmoth. Might as well scry for a green source or Blast Zone. Nah, because if they have Beseiju to take us off Tron, I want as much ability to rebuild as possible. So they're on the beatdown plan. We take 3, go to 17. All right, let's just Tron and then go Stone Brain you, Yawg, Moth, Thran. Yawg, 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 Yawg. Their hand is Evolution, Cord, Grist, Bowmasters. They brought in, okay, they have 2 Beseijus, and that's basically it. 1 Haywire Mite in the deck, and pass the turn. All right, more beatdowns. Go to 14. All right, map. I guess cancel this. If they drew exactly Beseiju, then so be it. Tower, play Tower, and then Karn for what? I have 10 mana. I can play 6 of it. Karn for Ballista. Play Karn. Minus grabbing, yeah, Ballista, then play Ballista, and pass to the opponent. And they flash Bowmasters in. Yep, Bowmasters. What are they going to target? I assume Karn. No, targeting us. All right. So my only priority is keep Karn alive so that I can get what next turn? Sundering Titan and kill their lands off. All right, combat. What's attacking where? Karn, 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 Karn. Everything at Karn. So let's just block here, shoot all of these. Block. No, just shoot these guys, right? Yeah. Block here. Remove, shoot. I guess I don't want to give them Chord of Calling mana, right? I guess they can only chord for 1. Bowmasters, very well. So that completely changes what I'm doing there. All right, they shoot Karn, very well. And shoot this one, and shoot this one. And then their guys come back. So they still have Chord of Calling. All right, minus Karn. Grab Sundering Titan. All right, yield, kill these 2. Pass the turn. Swing all, block here. Back to us. All right, let's go map, then map for green, then play Ancient Stirrings. All right, Karn liberated, and then just go Karn. -3 here. All right, game 3. Probably just keep this the same. Yeah, submit this. Game 3 on the draw. Reveal Gigantha. Not a keepable hand. No Tron lands. Mulligan. Only 1 Tron land, and no others, not even a second land. Mulligan. Yikes, that's pretty bad. All right, mulligan to 4. How are these hands this bad? I guess I can turn 2 play the Stone Brain, turn 3 name Yawgmoth, so it's not like unkeepable. So keep this, bin, Karn, Karn, Chromatic Star. Done. Opponent fetches. Shocks in, and they're going to Thoughtseize us. All right, so they just take the Stone Brain, and then this hand's terrible. They didn't take the Stone Brain, eh? Does that mean they just have Haywire Mite, or what? All right, Tower, go. Or they're just going to play Yawgmoth on... No, they can't ramp it out yet, or maybe they can ramp it out next turn. Yeah, Wall of Roots, so maybe they can get Yawgmoth down before this matters. All right, Sanctum, Stone Brain. Go ahead. Casts another Wall of Roots. Eldritch Evolution to go get Yawgmoth. All right, so now I just name... They played Blood Artist, right? They don't have Zulaport, they have Blood Artist. I'm right? We saw that in an earlier game. Power Plant. Alternatively, I can just name Young Wolf. Yeah, they have Blood Artist. They showed us Blood Artist, so let's just take that. Blood Artist. So there's Blood Artist. Their hand is Grist, Nurturing Peatland. And is this the same as last time? Yeah, it's 1 Haywire Mite, and there's no Beseijus? No, there's the 2 Beseijus are right there. So 1 Haywire Mite, 2 Beseijus. All right, so take the Blood Artist, and then just play Chromatic Sphere. So one thing to note, Chromatic Sphere is a mana ability, so they can't respond to it with Orcish Bowmasters. So there's Grist, and they played their Peatland. All right, we do have to find Tron and a payoff pretty soon. Sack to draw. All right, green here, Ancient Stirrings. There's the Mine. So yeah, I just take Mine. I'm tempted to the tablet can also find it, but if I don't just take it now while I know I have it, then I might not hit it later. So play Mine, play Tablet, sack the Tablet. All right, I don't need another green source, so just take the Mine. And now we just have to top deck an answer to this. Cycle, Nurturing Peatland, Young Wolf, Delighted Halfling. All right, there's all the stuff. Grist, make a token. So we're looking for Dust, O-Stone, Ugin, Cityscape Leveler to kill Yawg. Ulamog would work, because we actually have the mana for it, right? They're also just trying to draw to Beseiju, and they have a lot of draws to find it. Lose the Wolf, and they can sack the Halfling to the Wolf. All right, we drew the Ring, so let's just play the Ring. Ring, they can chord for Might, but, you know, what am I going to do? Bowmaster is drawn response. All right, that resolves. We go to 15, and then we'll play Forest, Stirrings. There's O-Stone, so let's take O-Stone, and pass. So they can't Thoughtseize us, so they have to try to, again, take us off of Tron via Boseiju, but again, they've got a lot of looks at it. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 draws. Whew. Someone's getting sleepy. Yeah, we're on stream hour 11 after the 17 from yesterday. I don't really know what's the big deal here. They should just draw as many cards as possible until they find Boseiju. Play a land. They can also fetch Dryad Arbor, so that's even more looks. Oh, there you go. There's Dryad Arbor. They might be thinking if they can go for the Grist kill. They would have to get 15 creatures into their graveyard. They only have 3 right now. Did they just sack Dryad Arbor not targeting anything? Yeah, they were supposed to target their Young Wolf, and they just didn't. All right, sack Halfling minus counter on Young Wolf. Then they sack the Young Wolf. I guess, okay, they're at 5 life, so they don't have infinite draws. They can only draw so many times. Chord of Calling. So they're going to chord for Haywire and get rid of my ring, I guess. But they're tapping all their black creatures, so that doesn't work. No, they're chording for 4? I think they're trying to chord for Haywire Might with their black creatures, and it's not working. They might be, or they may be going for Shieldred. Was Shieldred in their deck? I don't think we saw Shieldred in their deck. Chord for 3. Getting Strangleroot. Okay, sure. You still can't draw that much because you're at 5 life. So there's no point in getting just a creature. They should definitely have chorded for Haywire and killed our ring. Or what is the alternative plan here? They're just setting up as many Undying creatures as possible so that when we O-Stone next turn, they'll have 7 power on the board. Like, yeah, why are they even playing Blood Artist instead of Zulaport? 1 mana, Delighted Halfling. They know we have O-Stone in our hand, right? Like, we showed it to them. Okay, so they're getting as many creatures in the graveyard as possible so they can minus Grist. And then the plan is if when we O-Stone, they get max power back on the board. They're at 1, so they can never sack anything anymore. Okay, so that's what they're doing. And then the ring takes us to 7. Gotcha. Karn the Great Creator. Relic is in our sideboard or main board? I forget. Did we move it? I don't remember if we moved it or not. I don't think we moved it. So I can go land and then O-Stone, have 5 up, and then I can't do everything else. So draw some cards. I guess, yeah, I shouldn't have played that land first. How do you check your sideboard in the middle of a game without tabbing back to the deck build screen? View sideboard. I didn't even know you could do that. Huh. All right. So yeah, I moved it to the main deck. So it's not... So I can Karn for Ensnaring Bridge. I probably just got to Karn for the other ring, though. Or Flesh Gorger just to gain some life. So let's go Oblivion Stone, 100% has to be played. And then this represents the O-Stone mana, so I can't do anything until I actually blow their field up. Can you get Ballista? Yeah, but why? So let's just pass it back to the opponent and then blow up Oblivion Stone in combat. Doesn't Ballista kill them? Oh yeah, it does. I forgot they were at 1. Well, it doesn't matter. We're still going to survive this. So combat. Let's let them attack with everything. All right, blow this up. Welcome, Raiders. We're in the middle of the last league of the day. This is our 4th league. We're 11 hours into the stream. And we are playing Mono Green Tron versus Yawg. This is game 3. Haywire Might. Eat our ring. So the Haywire Might actually does gain them some life. So they'll let us take damage from it first and then do... No, okay, they're just doing it immediately. Plays a land. So how much mana do I have? Karn. And then I can play Ballista for 3 and kill them? All right. Another Grist. So Tron land, Karn, minus, grab Ballista. Ballista, sure, I'll trigger Sanctum. Why not? Hell yeah, Ulamog. All right. Remove counter, shoot you. We have won the match. We are now 3-0. On to round number 4. We are on the play in round number 4. Reveal Gigantha. 2 Tron lands with Sphere and Ancient Stirrings looks good. All right, Power Plant, Sphere, and pass the turn. Verdant Catacombs, crack. Opponent gets Overgrown Tomb. Is this Yawg again? Yeah, it's Yawg again. Well, we just got to out-Yawg him. All right, green, Ancient Stirrings. We're missing Tower, and we did not find it. So let's just take Chromatic Star so we can keep trying to find it. Yeah, so Chromatic Star, and then play Mine and Star, and pass. Takanuma. Opponent plays Bowmasters. Go 19, then this attacks us, we go to 18. We draw Tablet. All right, so yeah, they get another trigger off of this, but we just have to use it anyway. So green. Well, we drew the tower, boys. We drew the tower. Unfortunately, we're short of actually being able to do much this turn. So tower, And we have 6 mana, so we can Karn for what? I can Karn for Ballista, X is 1, play it, block their biggest creature, shoot Bowmasters. That seems reasonable. All right, so Karn minus, grab Ballista, play Ballista for 1, and pass. Another Young Wolf. So now I assume they're going to swing everything at Karn, right? Swing here, swing here. Yeah, so block here. And then I don't really care if Karn's at 2. So let's remove a counter and... What am I grabbing with Karn next turn? I untap, I have 8 mana. I can get Sundering Titan and take away their Overgrown Tomb. That seems decent, honestly. All right, so remove this and shoot Bowmasters. Or I can Brain Yawg. Yeah, that's another good one. And Karn Liberated. Holy crap. All right. Minus, get the Stone Brain. Stone Brain. Target you. Name Yawgmoth, Thran, Physician. They have 1 in hand. They have a Shieldred in hand. All right, what's in their deck? They have Zulaport Cutthroat, Prosperous Innkeeper, 1 Endurance, Gilded Goose of Patra, 2 Besejus, Geist. All right, so take all of those, and then let's go Inscribe Tablet. Tablet, we bricked, so we draw a random card. All right, Beseju, play Ancient Stirrings. Another Tower's pretty good, and any order. And then pass. So they have Cord, yeah, so Geist, Cord, Shieldred, unknown card. Delighted Halfling. Okay, so that's the card they drew Halfling Swamp. Oh, what up? Didn't know you streamed. Just knew of your YouTube stuff. Nice work on all that, by the way. Thank you. So we take 4 down to 13. All right, so Tower, Karn, 7 mana left. Man, I would like to play Sundering Titan right now, but probably better to just, yeah, so I need to keep them off of like actually doing stuff for a bit. So I can like Karn minus on the Halfling or Karn minus on Takanuma. Because what's the other play? It's just play Gorger this turn. I have 7. I actually can do both. I can go Karn, grab Sundering Titan plus play Flesh Gorger. That seems decent. All right, so Flesh Gorger, cast, and then Karn minus grabbing Sundering Titan and pass the turn. So they can Cord for what? Grist, and then Grist shoot the Flesh Gorger and then attack Karn. And then next turn I go Sundering Titan, blow your lands up. And then I still have to kill Grist off. So it is going to be a battle. The game is not over yet. So yeah, isn't their best move Cord for 3, get Grist, sack one of the Young Wolves to blow up Grist, to blow up Flesh Gorger, attack Karn down to 1 counter, or is it just play Shieldred? So yeah, it's tap these 3 for Grist, and minus, get a Young Wolf back, blow this up. And this triggers, they go to 10. And this attacks Karn. Karn goes to 1. We drew Ugin, boys. Drew Ugin. Drew Ugin. We have drawn the Ugin. Ugin, minus 3. Plus Karn on nothing. Go ahead. So for everyone watching, see what happened there was, and again, it was pretty subtle, so it might be hard to tell, but I just swung around the board position there by drawing Ugin. So if you're playing Tron and you're in this position as yourself, then you want to draw Ugin as well. Karn this. All right, opponent concedes. So game 2, what did we do last time? Just put Stonebrain in the main because it's too slow to Karn into it, or is it? I feel like Flesh Gorger is just not good here, so I just want other things to do. So Relic, yeah, I don't know, it's tough. Like, do you want to Karn into it? Stonebrain is turn 3 Stonebrain versus it's not turn 3 Stonebrain if you have to Karn for the Stonebrain. All right, I guess we just leave it as is. I don't even want Veil in this matchup, so submit. Reveal Gigantha. We've got 2 Tron pieces in map. We're good. Oh, and all is dust. Opponent, Verdant Catacombs, fetch. Overgrown Tomb, Young Wolf. Not even ramping to start with. We are doing good, boys. We are eating well. There's another map. All right, Power Plant, map, and pass. So they play another land, Strangleroot Geist. Ooh, love to see no ramping. Although all is dust is a little bit worse with all these undying creatures. We drew another tower. All right, tower, and pass back. Nurturing Peatland. All right, another 3, we go to 14. Another Young Wolf. Well, they're just having the most anti-dust board that they can get. Void Mirror. Well, that's a conundrum. I guess I'm mapping for... No, I'm still mapping... If no colored mana was spent to cast it. So I guess I'm mapping for green for a forest then. All right, so this is going to take me 1 turn off. So map for a forest. Karn the Great Creator. So we just go forest and then Sylvan Scrying for the last piece. And we need a mine. And then we have to pass the turn. We do need a way to sweep their board that isn't making their creatures more powerful. Easy draw Ugin again? Yeah, I know, right? Delighted Halfling. And then we get attack down to 10. All right, so Karn for... I have to Karn for the green, and then I can't play whatever I'm Karning for, so I have to play it next turn, right? So I guess I go Karn, get Ballista, and then next turn I go play a huge Ballista, then I ping all of these guys, and then I cast Dust. Or yeah, because I need to get rid of all of them anyway. And then I can't bridge because I have too many cards in my hand, so yeah, play the Mine, and then Karn, minus, and go grab Ballista, and then pass. I guess I could just cast these cheap spells to get them out of our hand, but we're still many cards away from being able to bridge them. And I also assume they have Haywire Might in their deck that they can go get. They have another Beseiju, so a bridge is not a lock. Bowmasters, shooting me to 9. All right, so they're attacking Karn to 1 so that I can't get anything else with it, and then attacking me with the rest of the creatures. So I go to 6. All right, so Tower, I can animate the Void Mirror and shoot it. Yeah, but I need to, so I can make Ballista. How big is Ballista? Okay, so Ballista, so X is 5, so X is 5, so cast Ballista. Let's say I animate it, and then I go pew pew, and then I have 3 left. The thing is, like, I need to kill all this stuff. I need to be able to block 1 and then go pew pew pew. It is possible that that's just fine though, right? So let's say I animate this and I pew pew it, right? And then I play a thing. And then this has 3 counters, and then they go attack me with everything, and I go put Ballista on one of your guys, shoot all the Undyers, and I take 2 and go to 4. I guess that's fine. So plus that, shoot the Void Mirror, and then let's just play a map, and then pass to them. And then it's going to be block 1, shoot all the Undyers, take 2 damage. Obviously it sucks if they Chord of Calling now. No, Force of Vigor. How do I not die here? I need to shoot these 2. And then I go to 1. Ooh, that's rough. So by killing their Void Mirror, it unlocked their ability to cast Force of Vigor. Okay. Well, in that case, kill this, and then I guess I just shoot them. All right, that resolves. So we take 5, go to 1. If they draw Bowmasters, we lose the game. If they draw Yawg, we lose the game. No, if they draw Yawg, we go to 1 still. Sack Peatland, play Peatland. Okay, so they are going to kill Karn off at least. So we go to 3, and then what? 2 Dust. Can I cast 2 Dusts? 9, 11, 13, 14. I can cast 2 Dusts, right? 14. Dust number 1. And then Dust number 2. Pass the turn. Wall of Roots. All right, Ancient Stirrings. 1 ring. We're too low on life for that to matter, but I guess I'll play. I don't have to activate it. So yeah, take the ring, then go Chromatic Sphere, then crack the sphere. Cast Ancient Stirrings. All right, there's Flesh George. So then let's do Flesh George. I haven't played a land yet, right? So if I go, okay, Flesh George, 7. So I have exactly enough to do both. Flesh George, ring, pass. Play Dryad Arbor. I'm not drawing with this ring until I know that I can actually hit them. Yawgmoth. All right, well, now I can't hit them because anything I attack, they can just sack in response. But if I draw now, then I'm dangerously low on life. All right, let's just pass. Cityscape Leveler. Let's go. Leveler, blow up Yawgmoth. And if they even want to target this to minus, it costs them 7 life at a time to do it. Minus. Sack the Dryad. Sack the wall. All right then. Attack with Flesh George. Swing. All right, so now that I'm at 10, I'm willing to draw cards. Star. Crack for green. Inscribe Tablet. All right, so let's just Sylvan Scrying, I guess. No, let's just inscribe Tablet first to see what I get off of this. Inscribe Tablet, crack Tablet, Beseiju in the top. All right. So they take us off Tron if they blow up the power plant. So let's just scrying for a power plant. All right, go ahead, opponent. We have won the match, 4-0. On to round number 5 and the last game of the day. Guys, can you imagine if Tron is the deck we 5-0 with? All right, we're on the draw. Reveal Giganta. Tower, map, inscribe Tablet, sphere. We don't have a second land. Probably not good enough. All right, let's mull this. It's like if we don't hit another land, it's so slow. Mulligan. All right, 2 things, map, good. Keep and throw a star back. Opponent, Polluted Delta. Over to us. We drew another tower. So power plant, play map. Opponent fetches, gets Watery Grave, and it tapped. So it's not Shadow, so it's probably blue-black control. Appears to be blue-black control. All right, tower, go. Opponent flashes in Bowmasters. Swing, swing, we go to 17. All right, map, Grabbing the mine. Play Chromatic Star. Man, so this Bowmasters is going to trigger a whole bunch from us drawing cards. All right, let's just play all of these and not use them, and then crack them on our turn so we take less damage, because we can't play any of the big bombs we're going to draw off of them anyway. So yeah, let's just go Sphere, Star, Map, and then just pass. All right, we take another 2 down to 15. What am I mapping for? Probably Sanctum of Ugin. I could also get Blast Zone and just kill this over 2 turns. All right, let's just get Sanctum. Back to us. Well, there's the ring. Let's see if this gets... I mean, I assume this will just get countered, right? So, Tower, Ring, Sauron's Ransom in response. They're trying to hit Force Negation. All right, well, face up, face up, face up. Yeah, so they have Force Negation now, and then they will force it. Force it, pitching Murktide. All right, so pass it back to them. Same deal. Nothing I can play for 6 mana that I actually want to resolve right now. I guess Karn, and then... I just don't want to grow the army when I don't have to. Like, there's no reason to do it now as opposed to later. Even if I were to get Karn the Great Creator there, then I'm doing what? Like, I'm fetching a Ballista just to shoot this, and then Karn dies? All right, well, now we got to do it. So, make green. Bowmaster trigger. We drew a map. Got to keep going. Star, Tower. We're just drawing nothing. Play Star. Whew, this is getting really close to killing us. It can't be correct to get Blast Zone and then just tick that up and take another hit and then kill it again. Like, that can't be right. Let's just keep going. We gotta find something on the next draw, right? O-Stone. All right, let's see if O-Stone resolves. Tower, cast O-Stone. It did resolve. So let's cast Sylvan Scrying. And at this point, probably just green mana, right? For Ancient Stirrings later. And then play a map. No, so if I play a map, then it gets blown up, right? So this is 5. Yeah, so if I play a map, it gets blown up. So let's just pass. All right, well, they're gonna force us to do it in combat. Yeah, so let's just do it now. Blast the O-Stone. Plays a Murktide after that, after exiling a Murktide. Oh well. Murktide 7/7. All right, Ancient Stirrings. There's Karn. So let's go Sanctum. Have I played a land this turn? Oh, I played the Forest. All right, so Karn. Subtlety evoked. All right, I guess we're going to put Karn back on top. Play map and pass it back. So we take 7, go to 3. All right, so let's try Karning again. So let's go Sanctum of Ugin. Float, float, float. Karn. Trigger. Use it, and then how much mana do I have left? 7, 8. So sack the Sanctum of Ugin, go grab Cityscape Leveler in case this gets countered. All right, counterspell, Cityscape Leveler, trigger, kill Murktide, and then pass the turn. All right, so if I attack and they have Bowmasters, we just die, so there's no reason to attack. So play the Sphere, crack for green, do Dust. So let's map for Blast Zone, play Blast Zone. So yeah, if they have Bowmasters, we just die. But if I don't do anything, then they can just draw another out. So I guess I wait for 1 turn and put Blast Zone on 2 counters and then attack them. All right, let's do that. So no attacks. Lorien Revealed cycled. Gets Watery Grave. They can't Bowmaster in response to the Sphere because the Sphere is a mana ability. Blue, blue, black, blue, black. Sheoldred's Edict. Each opponent sacks a non-token creature. Sure. Blast Zone. Put a charge counter on this. Oh yeah, I should have gotten Giganta. I forget that it's here because it's hidden. All right, well, let's get Giganta and cast Giganta, and then just play a land and pass. We can also die to Subtlety, unfortunately, so there's a lot of things we got to play around. All right, let's put 4 counters on this. X is 2. You can't level or lands. Jesus. All right, so Bowmasters or Subtlety. So if it's Bowmasters, I block. If it's Subtlety, I blow Blast Zone up. I'm going to keep waiting. All right, they did nothing. Sheoldred's Edict. All right, we sacked Giganta. All right, Karn the Great Creator. Karn. Minus. What am I grabbing here? Sundering Titan seems pretty good. Blow up both the Watery Graves. Yeah, let's do that. Sundering Titan. Cast Titan. Resolve. I do have to kill one of my own forests, but that's fine. Done. And then pass the turn. And then next turn I can just grab Ballista and kill them. All right, we won. So game 2 versus blue-black control. We want Veil of Summer. And I think that's probably it. Veil of Summer in, and then what is out? These are actually good, although they have Edict effects, so they're not that good. So like, what's bad here? They have creatures with Flash, so All Is Dust isn't as good as it usually is, and they have Edict, so Flesh Gorger isn't as good as it usually is. So let's see, I can cut 1 Dust, and what else? 1 Dust, 1 Flesh Gorger. And honestly, with Bowmasters, maybe I just cut a star, like 1 star. All right, let's do that, I suppose. Maybe just 2 stars and keep Dust in. There's a lot of things we need to kill. Shieldred, Murktide. All right, do that. Submit. So game 2 on the draw. Reveal Gigantha. So we have Tower, Mine. All right, that's good. Tower, Mine, Star, Ancient Stirrings. This is fine. Swamp. All right, Mine, Chromatic Sphere, go. They cycle Lorien Revealed. Get a Watery Grave. Watery Grave Shocked. All right, cycle this for green. Play Ancient Stirrings. We didn't find it, so we can grab Inscribed Tablet and try to find it again. All right, so grab Inscribed Tablet, then play Tower and Tablet. Opponent flashes in Bowmasters. Very well. Cycles Lorien Revealed. Gets another Watery Grave. So now they have double blue. And then attacks, we go to 17. Ugin. All right, so Inscribed Tablet. Try to get it. There's the Power Plant. Play Power Plant. And then what am I doing? I'm probably just not casting Karn into a... Maybe I do just cast Karn and then plus it. They have Shieldred's Edict. I guess I don't care if it dies. I just Karn for Sundering Titan. Yeah. So Karn... And they'll probably counter this, and that means they have less counters for what's next. Yeah, okay. Force Negation, Pitch. So then let's cast Chromatic Star and pass. Karn getting Edicted better than Flesh Gorger. Well, they didn't have a counter spell because they had to pitch Force. So now we go to 15. So now let's play Sanctum of Ugin and cast Flesh Gorger and go get Ulamog. So float, 7-up, right? Cast Colorless Spell, 7-up. Or maybe just Ugin is fine. So let's just play Ugin, trigger this, go get Ulamog. And then try to resolve Ugin. All right, it resolved. -2. Actually, do I even -2 or just bolt this? Yeah, let's just bolt this. All right, go ahead. So I don't have the mana to play Ulamog. So let's go crack green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. So let's just go Flesh George. Cast Flesh George. Subtlety evoked, pitching another Subtlety. Very well. Put Flesh George on top. And then Urza's Mine, play a Sphere, and then just bolt this token and pass. So then the next turn, we just Ulamog, eat both of these Watery Graves. All right, we did it. A rousing success. It only took us 65 decks to get a 5-0. Elite success with Tron. So, yeah, this is the 60... What is it again? I just said it. The 65th deck we've played on the wheel. And Tron was the one we 5-0'd with. So make of that what you will and draw your own conclusions. But anyways... Thank you guys for showing up today. I hope if you were in the chat watching these streams, you enjoyed them.